my recording stuff, but we can go live, and I'll have to send a message to our community.
Send that message.
Let me know if we live.
2.7%
Good
of the
gracious.
population has.
Oh god.
You are live.
Okay.
I got
Just
a
checking.
YouTube notification, and I thought it was this. We went live, but I don't know. Some screaming commercial started.
I still don't know. Is it, when do you use I and me in, whenever you're sharing something like, I just, so and so and I, so and me, when we did the thing and the me. I know that there's like a thing, like if you remove something, like you can figure it out. I thought it was I all the time, but it's not I. It's like sometimes it's not I, it's me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Surprisingly, yes.
I don't know. Facebook or YouTube. I'm gonna write that there.
Well, PayPal's willing to give me $50,000.
That's good.
It's not.
She needs more.
It's not
Oh.
enough, but it's good.
Oh. Okay.
It's not enough. I need to be able to pay the hotel and AV. I think I need to be able to give them 30,000 at a time.
Oh.
Well, I guess when they take a cashier's check.
No,
Really?
I don't think so. Oh, no. Mm-mm. They want a credit card.
That's shocking.
Hotels only want a credit card.
We're live, dude.
I know we're live.
I'm just saying to Jess
Okay.
in case you want to.
Anyone here?
Well, it doesn't matter where this is recorded.
They'll hear it
Hi,
some.
Bonnie.
All righty. Tell me when you're ready to press record.
Let me get my
I'm ready. I'm starving. Didn't I eat?
dose.
Me too.
I might have forgotten to eat my
Hold
breakfast.
on. I'm just writing all this stuff.
Somebody give me some money.
I can't believe that I didn't realize that Katie had left Mac Power Users.
What?
Yeah, I guess that's how
Katie?
long ago I stopped listening.
Oh my god. John.
I was shocked
John.
that I found out he was. I was like, "What happened to Katie? What happened?"
Well, I've never gotten but this was great because I got the scoop because I was like, I don't know what happened. They never mentioned any of that stuff. So
I know.
anyway, but we
got the inside scoop now. You
got
and
the
I.
inside scoop.
You and I.
Now, at least we know. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's great. There was a part of me though, John. I mean, just to veer off the conversation here, there is really a huge part of me that longs for somebody to go, you know what, Elsie? You can't do all this stuff anymore. And then the solution would be clear. It
I
would be
think-
like, okay, I'll get off.
So you think you could just leave the internet and
Yes.
and social media?
Yes.
And
I
then do what
don't.
though?
No, I mean, just not be on it.
I don't think you
And
could.
do what though?
Like, nothing. Well, why would I not want? Like, I can still do. Like, I wish there's a part of me that wishes that, like, that I could just do my job. Like doing all the things I do anyway. Like, I don't mind recording like this and doing these things. Like, I would do the show. I would create content. I could do almost everything, but not be on social.
You wouldn't have a job if it weren't for social.
No, but the social, like just the social part, like the social management, the having to be tweeting, the having to be on Facebook, the having to be on LinkedIn and talking about your stuff. And like, I wish that I didn't have to do that. Like, that's what I wish. So I would love to do podcasts. I would love to create content. I would love to mentor people. I would love to even, be on stage and like keynote and do workshops and have meetups and like all of those things. I love all of those. Like I continue to do everything, leading communities in terms of, engaging with people, like even having private communities like Discord or Mighty Networks, or what we're going to start doing for the She Podcast Super Squad, or like having like meetups and all of that. I'm cool with all that.
Discord can be, well, I don't know. Discord is
Why do you always have to be such an outlier?
so for me,
Can't you go with
Discord
the flow
can be
about
really,
one fucking thing? I'm
I
just
know.
wondering, how come what
I know.
everybody else does is always a problem for you?
I know this is a conversation. I you know what? I'm going to put this in the show notes because you're absolutely right. I don't even know where it comes from, but I start to
Like,
have
there's
I start to have like a serious like pushback to all of those things.
It's like if you're like Emily, it's like fucking
Jeez.
everybody her age like Twilight. Therefore, she hated it. Like,
Yes.
didn't bother reading it. Don't know if you like it. Doesn't matter if everyone likes it. It's a fucking problem.
Yes.
That's you. This is you.
I 100%
Can you
agree.
just get on the horse and fucking ride with the rest of the cowboys
100%.
one fucking time, Elsie?
I know. I am right now finding a solution to the problem, mind you, and I have like I don't even understand why I do this, but you are 100% correct. I wanted to tell you. Should we start the show?
yeah, I'm trying to get you ladies.
Okay, sorry.
Record.
Okay, sorry.
I'm ready.
Okay, where's the thing? Okay, I got it.
All right, everybody ready?
Yes.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press record. All right, Elsie, say hello.
Hello.
Jess, say hello.
Hello.
All right, we're good.
We are good.
Okay.
We are so good.
All right.
We are so good.
Now you guys can do everything you want to do, and it'll be
all
on
we
the show.
want.
Yeah. Now we can start. Let's start the show and go into this conversation because
Honey, let me
I'm
just
so
stop you right there.
Okay.
She doesn't need a sales pitch on social media. She knows exactly what it's for. She's a brilliant social media
Hey,
marketer.
stop doing the show before the show.
You have to start the show.
Let me hit the music, and then you can say whatever you want to Bonnie. Hold on. Here we go.
Hello. Welcome to She Podcasts, episode 329. I am your co-host, Jessica Kupferman, and with me, as always, the cantankerous Elsie Escobar and our lovely, peaceful, calm, zen producer, John Domingo.
I think he is zen based on like our us, right? Like you'll put him like
today.
Compared to us today. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm saying, okay, so we're already midway through a conversation as we start this show. And I just want to help you, the listener, pick up on where we are. So Elsie was complaining that she wishes she could do her job, which, by the way, is labeled social media community manager.
No, dude, I'm a community manager. I have to there's a removal of the social media. I'm the community manager.
Fine.
Yes.
She wishes she could be community manager without having to use social media, which, by the way, if anyone else is listening and can remember, the only reason this job exists is because of social media. There were no community managers before Facebook and Twitter and all the other things. There was just communications.
I challenge that I challenge that because communities are way beyond social, but that's
Maybe
a different conversation. That's a different conversation.
But they certainly weren't, because back then it was all about just getting letters.
No, I challenge that, especially from folks who have been community managers for a long time. I'm shouting you out, folks out there who have been community managers before social was part of the sphere. And I promise you that there are folks that do this.
What was there to manage?
Communities. There's community
advocate.
All kinds of different communities. And like, listen, you can go look, you can search for community manager and you will see what those things are.
Okay.
It's way beyond social media. Social media is a completely different thing.
I worked in Subaru corporate headquarters, and they had PR and communications, and they had community outreach, which is different because we were in Philly. So they only sponsored and participated in Philly events. She wasn't managing people and their opinions about the company or their customer service or anything like that. It was all about like, what can we sponsor that makes us look cool? That's it. So fine, if you want to call that community manager, fine. Your job, on the other hand, is completely and totally based on social media.
Yes, it
And so
absolutely started because of that. Yes. Yes. I understand. No, but here's the thing. There's a difference also when I'm saying there's a difference between your job and I feel there should be a difference between your job and yourself. Like myself. Just me
Yes.
versus my job,
Your
which
job
is
job.
for a company, right? So I don't mind that aspect of it. In fact, it actually is, for me, it feels more freeing at times because you're speaking as something bigger than yourself or something outside of yourself. It's not you. It's not I'm doing this or I think this. It's more the company, which is to me, it's fine.
Aren't you
But
playing a role? You're playing the role of
exactly, which is one of the reasons why I think acting for me was so, and I think that John actually just nailed this too, is one of the reasons acting started to feel so great for me is because I was never, where did Jess go?
I don't know.
Where did Jess go?
Something happened, and then all of a sudden I saw her do something flinch, and now she's gone.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, folks, should I just keep talking on my thing?
Hang
Oh,
on.
there she is.
I'm
Okay.
back. I'm back. Sorry.
All right. You're back. You're back. Okay.
Hang on. Before we get started,
Yeah.
is your recording still recording there,
It
Jessica?
stopped for a second, but I had to put it back on. And now I don't know what the audio is set on.
All right. Don't worry about that. Just do me. Is it's recording right now?
It's recording. Yeah. Now it's
All
recording.
right. All right. Just give me a hello.
Hello.
All right. Now I can sync it up. Okay. All right. And we were saying
All right. Sorry.
about
I forgot what I was saying.
social media as playing a role as an actress.
Oh yeah. So this actually does fit into why all of a sudden I felt really great when it came to acting, because acting, I never had to be myself. I was putting on a role. So I was able to get inside of other people's voice or like their like all of it. Like I really felt comfortable being somebody else, but it wasn't me. I was taking on a role of whatever that thing was. And so I feel fine doing a role behind the scenes, but not being just me. And so I have a resistance to that. Like now it's a pressure thing instead of a choice that I'm making. It feels like I have to. It feels like I have to be me, meaning like I have to show up. I have to share these things. Me, Elsie, not the company, not She Podcast, not Libsyn, not whatever other company I decide to work for in the future, but Elsie has to go and do this now. I have to do it. And
So
I don't want that. I want to do it when I want to. I don't want to feel the pressure of it. That's it.
Well, then, Elsie, okay. Then, first of all, don't involve yourself in any projects if you don't want the responsibility of promoting them. She Podcast, just anything you're doing. Like that's the rule. If you're going to involve yourself in projects,
Right.
then you're obligated to tell people about it. Secondly,
Totally.
I don't think you would have this much of a problem if it was like a commodity. But the fact is that everyone is on social media and therefore you hate it.
Yes. This is
And
it.
this
I
is
don't
the
know
part-
why.
This is the part that I would like to dive into because it's only a problem if everyone you know is doing it. As soon as
Yes, it
something
is a
You
yes.
want to you just said before we started, I just want to live on Discord, which nobody fucking uses or cares about unless you're like 18 and playing video games.
No, that is not true. And
It
mind
is.
you, listen,
I know Discord.
I absolutely agree because if at the minute, okay, so let me give you an example of me trying to do something with other people that other people are doing. Let me just give you an example of what I attempted to do in social and how I realized how it makes me just not want to do it, and I should just not do it. Okay. So I was on Twitter, and there's a thing everybody's doing right now on Twitter called Tweet 100. It's like it's sort of like a grow your audience kind of thing. You use the hashtag, you tweet 100 tweets out for 100 days. And there's a lot of, at first I saw it and I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. The guy who put it together has done this really cool thing. Like, it just seems like it was something that I could do, and I wanted to do it because I wanted to be consistent on something. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it on, I'm going to do this. It feels okay to be able to tweet 100 times in a row, and it's doable. And I want to participate. I want to do it. And so I signed up for this thing. It's free, right? It's just like, I just saw the hashtag and I started following it through. And then people started to ask, like, what is this Tweet 100 thing? And then all of a sudden, everybody was doing the Tweet 100 thing. And the minute I found out everybody was doing the Tweet 100 thing, I broke up with it. Like, I'm like, screw that. I don't want to be part of that.
So the question remains, and I'll just put it as simply as I can.
Yes.
What the fuck is your problem?
I don't know.
Like, your life is like, life does not have to be this hard. Just because everyone likes something doesn't mean you have to throw it away. In fact, I mean, there are many times where the crowd, a crowd frenzy is not a good thing. Just off the top of my head, the Nazi Party. But other than that, oftentimes when lots of people like something, it's because it's neat. It's a neat thing to do. So why do you have such an aversion to it? And like,
I don't know.
As I was saying, can't you just get on the horse and ride with the other cowboys? Like, why do you have to go in a different direction with a different color horse and not the same pants and not the same hat and eating something different? Like, why does it always have to be something different? It's not a value difference. Individualism is a value, but difference in itself is not. It's just different.
It is totally different, and I find joy in it. Can I show you something? No. So this is another. Yes. Let me show you another different thing that I just did, and you're gonna. And this is like.
I mean, I don't know how many examples we need of how different you are.
Okay, so no, let me show you. Okay,
because I can already
look at my click. Can you see that? By the way, the link.
I can't read it.
You can't read it.
Emojis.
It's emoji. It has a little heart, and it has a little microphone, a little heart, and a little headphones. And it's like .yat, W-A-T. I love this thing. So I own this.
Something that's neat.
I own this. And so like, that's not, so it's called a YAT, Y-A.AT. And then you literally can buy these for yourself. And yet they're ranked on how cool they are. And they're made from emojis. And so they're made to either like, I don't know, like something to send people to, like it's your own private, like your own really cool URL. And like, I just was like, that is the coolest thing ever. And nobody has it. And that's why I did it. Because I don't want to treat like a link tree or you know what I mean? Everybody use that. Like I want something different.
Okay. What would happen if you just enjoyed social media with the rest of the people? What would happen if you just like drop this whole social media is terrible and be grateful that it gives you a job and people to talk to and something to do? You know what would happen?
What?
Your life would be easier.
Why?
But no, that can't happen.
Why?
Your life would be easier because
why is it easier?
Because you're just accepting life the way it is without having to struggle all the time.
I'm not struggling. I'm just saying I don't want to. No, because the more you use it, the more people expect you to. Like the more expectations are around that.
You are in control of your own usage. Doesn't matter what other people expect. Screw them. It's
That's
about
a different thing, though. It's like,
no, it's not. It's listen. You're in control of your technology.
No, but you're not. But that's what I'm telling you right now. It's like there is a difference in people's brains and the way that they approach stuff. And as you know, like I've been really taking a look at what's going on in my own head, and without having a proper ADHD diagnosis, I do realize that I'm triggered by certain things. And now a lot of things are making sense. And so it's kind of like saying to somebody whose brain doesn't work the way that everybody's brain works to just stop and you're in charge of that. You know what? You can't. There are some things you just cannot do. And for me, social media is an obsessive thing that happens that it's a compulsive thing that happens to me whenever I see a notification. It's really, really tough for me to not engage with it.
You
it's
just turn
really
off the
hard.
notifications.
No, you don't just do that, Jess. That's what I'm telling you. Like because it's sort of like this. I mean, obviously not like this, but I have to work in social, which is fine. Working in social is different than me being in social, right? So working in social, you're in there and I'm doing my work. But the unfortunate thing is that whenever you work in social, you kind of have to go into these places as the company, but because you personally are on it, you also see all the rest of the people talking and doing things that are in your own personal thing.
Some
and
people
there's
make
nothing
a separate account.
No, because it all shows up in the same place. Like you can't not do that. Like there's a split, but now I don't know if you've noticed now with Facebook Creator. So Creator Studio is really cool. They've done a really good job. Like Facebook has done a great job. But everything is in one place. Like you have there's my Facebook page, there's a She Podcast Facebook page, there's a Libsyn Facebook page, and they're all in there and you can see all the things and it's all separate. They're trying to spread all that stuff out, which is great, but it's still all in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't stop one thing from another thing. And then there's the notifications, which is like, if I say, yes, I want to be, told whenever somebody tags me in a specific thing, then it kind of goes into the place where I'm getting notifications every time She Podcast is tagged.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever She Podcast is tagged, or like somebody responded to your photo, that's what it says. Somebody responded to your photo. What photo? What photo? What's the photo? Oh, She Podcast posted the photo. Okay. So then it's like this constant notification about all of these other different things. And then it doesn't tell you it responded to the one thing. It just says your photo. Somebody responded to your photo. So now you have to do the extra thing of having to look and go, what photo? From what account? What day? And then having to discern, does that actually matter? Should I pay attention to that? And if I say, don't notify me, then I actually miss when somebody needs to actually tell me something that's really important that I need to go respond to. So it's a whole...
You make it sound like people are coming to the door, knocking on your door, making you get out of your chair. Like you make it sound like this huge hassle. But
yes,
really...
because it's like you hear a knock all day long. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. And then you're like, oh, that's for the neighbor.
But
that's for the other.
It's for my... ignore it.
No, because you can't, because you're sitting. Yes, okay. And then you have that. You ignore it. And then what happens when somebody needed to come in and actually change the electric because you're not going to have any heat for the winter time. And that was the last time you could do it. And you missed it because you thought it was for the neighbor. It's the same trigger for all the things. So you can't really ignore it. And then, okay, and then there's this aspect of it. I'm sorry, what?
You've not convinced me.
I've not convinced you. So there's the other aspect of it, which is let's say I just post something specific that is really important for She Podcast Live or for some kind of initiative that I'm putting out there that is like super important for me to go and do the thing. All of these algorithms are set up with, obviously likes and comments are important, but also one of the ways in which you bring up that algorithm is by you liking and responding to comments. That's part of the algorithm of bringing it up. So in order to do that, you have to go in there and engage and do all these things as well. Mind you, that's also a nice thing to do. And it's something I would naturally do. But you also have like this extra layer of things where it's like, oh, I got to go like it. I got to go comment. I got to go do the thing. Because if you leave it alone, that's not social. It's more like being in like you just like screaming out into the void, right?
I mean, yes and no. I don't think you have to comment and like every single thing. I mean, and it might just be that we're in different situations because I have full control over how much I get to engage and not engage, and you feel like you have to be on there and you have to engage with everyone in your community, and that's probably exhausting.
It
It's
is.
probably just as emotionally exhausting as seeing them in a booth. So I understand that part. It's the whole like, I don't want to be on Clubhouse because everyone likes it. I don't want to,
Yeah.
it's
I
just the
just
whole
don't.
everyone likes this thing, so therefore I can't like it.
Yeah,
And I
I
just feel like your
I
life would be
can't
so much easier if you would just fucking get on board with the rest of the world.
I just don't like it, but it's kind of lame. I just don't want to get on board with everybody else's stuff. Like I like to do things like slightly different. I don't like the most
This
amount
isn't
of people. I
slightly
like the
though.
huh? It's
Not
okay.
slightly different. You have to go in an opposite direction to make people be like, "What the fuck?" It's not
I like
slightly
how
different.
I
These
like how
glasses are slightly different, okay?
I sent so I think I might have chosen like what my pajama outfit is going to be for a pajama party for She Podcast Live.
Yeah.
And thank you Kelly for loving me. Thank you very much. So I picked it, and then so I texted Holly and I was like, "Hey, Holly, is this okay? Or is this like because it's sweatpants and a sweatshirt kind
I
of
can
thing?"
only imagine. I cannot
so then
wait to
she
hear
goes,
what Holly said.
Wait, hold on. I have the response right here. I got it off the phone. Here it is.
How do you know?
He
Wait,
doesn't. He doesn't.
oh, that's
me.
not it. Okay, I was like, how
No,
did you
Holly
get
would be.
that? How did she?
Holly
did,
was
did she
probably a lot
talk
meaner.
about it on the show?
A lot
So wait,
calmer and a lot meaner.
Wait, so so I sent her the thing, and then I said, I literally said, can sweatpants and sweatshirts count as PJs for a PJ party? And so I just said, I sleep in this kind of stuff, is what I told her.
And she said,
And I said, is it a hard no? And she said, no, that's totally pajamas.
What?
Or hold on.
wait for it.
Okay.
For a 6-year-old, but it's pajamas. So I was like, so then I was like, well, okay, maybe. And then for a second, I was like, maybe I should go for whatever the thing. And I'm sitting there looking at those things, and I was like, but this is what I wear. Like all of a sudden, I'm like, that's what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear that because now, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna wear 6-year-old pajamas.
Okay,
and it's like, and that's or sweat because I wanted to wear it.
but why
because
can't
I'm
you just
going to.
wear pretty pajamas? Why?
Because
can't
I'm
you
never gonna wear. That's gonna be wasted
But there
money.
are sweat type pajamas that are just not actual sweats. Like you can go to Athleta, you can go to Soma, you can go
I
to
don't like any of those things.
ModCloth. You haven't even looked at those things.
I have.
You
I've
have
been
not.
searching. I've been searching. I've been searching. I've been searching. And I haven't found anything that I really like enough to spend money on it.
Can you just type in cool pajamas and see what comes up?
But then it's going to be cool pajamas that other people don't like.
What about ModCloth? They have everything cool.
They do, but I'm not sure that the thing is, I'm super picky about it because you know what I don't want? I don't want pajamas with buttons on the top. I don't want that.
Fine.
I don't like to wear those pajamas.
Okay.
I'm not going to wear them.
Great.
This isn't true. You're not picky about pajamas. You wear sweatpants and sweatshirts.
Yes, exactly. But she's saying if I have to pick actual pajamas, I'm going to be a pain in the dick about it. That's what you're saying.
I am saying that because I don't wear, what was I wearing with my pajamas
it's about
today?
being comfortable, but she will be equally as comfortable in something pajama-y as she will sweatpants. I have 1,000 pairs of pajama pants that are equally as comfortable, if not more comfortable than sweatpants. Period. It's out there, especially in her size.
And here's the other thing. Someone told Elsie no, and she doesn't like that.
I don't like it.
I know.
I don't like it.
I don't, dude. Listen, I'm going to show you my pajamas and wear the things that I want to buy. And I've already shown you. Jess.
Everyday sleepwear is what you want to look
No,
for.
I don't want. So I will show you the pajamas that I want.
Give her advice without her arguing with me.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm gonna There
What
it is.
about Old Navy?
These are the pajamas I want. This is what I want.
They're perfect. That is you.
Okay,
Well,
see?
except for the cuffs and the elastic waist. I mean,
Where's the
What do you mean the cuff?
Elsie, that is probably the least. Don't forget, you're having your picture taken.
And this is me.
It is her. Oscar the Grouch. Come on. That is her.
Just because Holly said for a 6-year-old.
I'm surprised she didn't say over my dead writhing body.
Well, she's not the boss of me.
She has said that to me before.
But listen, people, we're gonna have a poll because this is a weird week when it starts with a great PJ.
Listen, I don't care what you sleep in all of the time. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what's comfortable for you, blah, blah, blah. I can tell you that I've taken Holly's advice and thrown out most of the sweatpant, t-shirt, pajamas, and bought similar but lighter fabricked items that are, floral or have unicorns or fucking stars or whatever.
It's
but they're just a lighter fabric so that you don't sweat. So you don't sweat in the middle of the night.
I'm not a sweater.
Also, mine are still baggy, but why couldn't you just get you don't want the button down?
I don't want a button down. I love pajama pants. Yes. Anyway, you can take it off there. It's me. I'm doing it.
You. It's always you.
Sorry.
It's just a little nicer when you're almost 50 to wear adult pajamas. It's just a little nice. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with what you're doing. I'm saying I took her advice. I got one pair and it's nice. So I bought another pair and it's nice. It's nice not to wear mic dropper across your boobs and a pair of ripped ass.
Carrie is wearing Baby Yoda pajamas and Bonnie, I disagree with you.
She's correct. Just try it someone else's way one fucking time.
I'm going to keep looking, but by this end, I'm going to end up with Target pajamas because I'm not listening.
Fine. But you know what? I'm going to send you some cute ones. What's your size? 00? I'll send you some, okay? I'll send you some that I think are cute, and you can tell me what you think. All right. Moving on from pajamas because, wow, ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You think this is about pajamas? It's not. It's about
Elsie
doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't like to be told what to do, and as soon as someone tells her no, she doubles down.
I think that's what it is. In all honesty, I shouldn't have asked because I think I would have convinced myself not to get the Oscar pajamas. But if somebody says "Oh my God, no," then I'm like, why?
If I find them hideously ugly and tell you I don't want to stand next to you wearing them, I think you'll keep looking.
I don't know.
They're terrible. I don't want to stand there in whatever the fuck I drum up for pajamas and have you wearing an Oscar the Grouch sweatshirt in pea soup green. It can't even be Kelly green. It's got to be the ugliest Grouch green that there could ever be. Not mint, not lime, barf green.
Also, isn't it going to be dark? You can't even see the colors.
I mean, not the whole time. There's a show. We'll introduce the show. We'll have to be on stage still a little bit, I think.
You guys should have a
show.
In pajamas?
Yes, in pajamas.
You guys should have a catwalk, and as people come in, they do the catwalk down.
Maybe I should have a baby doll.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to buy them and send them to your house.
No, don't. I'm not going to wear the pajamas.
With slippers. Because I can only imagine what bullshit you're going to come up with for slippers. Some fucking crazy ass.
I already have my slippers. It's going to be those big,
up to your knee.
Up to my knee. Yes. Right. My boots.
All right. I like those. Those are cute. The mucklucks.
The mucklucks. I have some gray ones or some light colored ones. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to get. Depends on the pajamas. Listen, I've been looking around and I just gave up because I thought, my God.
I'll find you something.
But it has to be extra.
Don't even start.
It has to be extra.
Yeah.
Yes. I can. Listen, look at me. I can find you something extra. Okay. Look at me.
I thought the Oscar pajamas were extra.
See is not extra. Is it the purple curtains or the pink glittery glasses? What about me is not extra in this square box right here?
Honestly.
No,
Honestly.
I'm just saying, she goes from Oscar the Grouch,
Right, so
basically,
it needs to
right,
be
to
extra. I know.
baby doll pajamas with knee-high boots.
Yes.
Every time
Yes.
I've picked you out something, you've always liked it. Is that correct or incorrect?
You have done, yes, you have.
Thank you. That's
You
all you
have
needed
picked
to
up
say.
some cute stuff. You have, I mean, mind you, the green Uggs. Hello, they could have matched perfectly to this.
They would.
So yes, I do have some things that you have given me that totally fit my self. And the thing is, I also needed to have something warm because I had a feeling that we're going to be stuck in the air conditioner and I'm going to be like cold. So I wanted, but I also thought, what if for whatever reason we get active and then I get hot? So I needed to have something on the, like to take off, like a sweatshirt.
What about a house coat?
A house coat? I don't even know.
Okay.
I love the idea of a house coat, actually.
No.
It's hilarious.
I
House
don't
coat,
even know
and
what
then
a
you
house
take it
coat
off.
is, but it sounds like awful.
I don't know what it is, but no. That's perfect, Elsie. I have no idea what a house coat is,
That's
but
right.
no.
That's right. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. I don't know what it is, but also no. Like, how much FU can a person take? I need to know. I found some cute stuff. Hold on, Elsie. Let me just share my screen.
Oh my
Sorry for those of you who
God.
are listening. I just want to share.
Yeah, mind you, anybody who's in the chat and you have your PJs, you're welcome to share the PJs.
All right.
Okay,
We've
those
got
are cute.
Giraffes, not these, not
No,
these,
no.
not these. These are cute, but with pants. Jellyfish.
Jellyfish are cute.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm cool with
Stripes.
those.
What about these? That's a cool pattern.
I don't even know.
It in
I
like a
don't want
sleep
that.
shirt.
I
No,
not
I
that.
know.
I
I
won't ever
understand.
wear that.
What about this? Same pattern.
Well, see, I like that, but I also need like
That's
a
why I'm
sweatshirt
saying-
and pants.
Okay.
I'm not going to be wearing little shorts and a little
I
tank top.
know, but you can get the same pattern with different like
That.
style.
What?
Yeah, this.
That one.
She wants
see
it's
how
Hello
huge it
Kitty.
is and covers you all up?
Yeah, I see how huge it is and how it covers you all up. I'm telling you, you did not look. I told you, ModCloth, this is the only thing that I pulled up for. Look at that. It's just, I know you don't want the buttons, right? You don't
No
want
buttons.
this look.
No buttons. I don't like it.
But
Hey.
there's hold on. Sleep shirt. Oh, wait. The robe.
Yeah,
Where's the
show her a robe. Show her what a
I
robe.
like the one with, look at the one with all those eyes.
You like the eyes? I wasn't sure. That's more of a Halloween look. But it is fun.
No, I would not get that. I'm just saying, look at those eyes. That's like kind of funky and weird.
That's exactly what I would send you.
Yes,
by the
but
way.
also I don't want buttons and I want a
Okay, no
sweatshirt
buttons. Oh
or
my
something
God.
warm to put on top.
Okay, done. Now look at
But
that.
I don't want
This is the sleep shirt. I know you don't want that, but that pattern is amazing.
it's too big.
Okay, I know because it's a sleep shirt, but that pattern's amazing.
No, the pattern is too big.
What?
If it could be a pattern of something
You like smaller
interesting
patterns?
other than flowers, I do it.
Okay, so like you did like the jellyfish though.
I like the jellyfish; those were cute
Okay.
because it
All
was
right,
like,
I'm gonna
ooh,
find you
neat
some.
jellyfish.
I'll find you some links. And then I,
Also,
will buy
I
them
like
for you.
those pants with the furry things, like the
I
things
saw
on the
that.
bottom.
I like that too. I thought those.
Oh,
She shut her browser.
listen, my friends. All I can tell you is that it's very challenging to deal with me. I think my mom can agree. She hasn't been around because she's been traveling, and now my dad hurt his foot.
And you two are the opposite. In other words, you're that person that doesn't want to conform, and Jess is like, "Oh, just do what they tell you." Here she
Yeah,
comes.
but she does some of that stuff on her own.
Left the studio instead of stop sharing my screen because it's cool. All right. Yes.
Are you
Mrs.
still
Roper.
recording?
Yes.
Are you still recording?
Yes, I'm still recording. Yes,
Okay.
Kelly, Mrs. Roper style, but modern. Okay.
Modern. Okay.
Do you have anything to discuss today? Okay.
Yeah, well, we were talking about we have to talk about Amazon Music.
Yes. So
Okay.
Amazon Music. Let's talk about that.
So listen.
Hold on, they
Speaking
have
of
new materials that I
yeah,
sent
so
you.
mind you, let me just share with you. There's a show that it's a Wondery show, and it's called Even the Rich. I don't know if anybody has heard of this show yet, but this is why we're telling you about it, because Even the Rich, there's co-host Brooke and Arisha, and they essentially pull back the curtain and chat about someone else's craziness for a change. Mind you, my goal in life is to have them write about us. Okay? Not write, sorry. Have an entire season about Jessica and Elsie, but that's in the future, but that would be great. So it's because the stories that they're telling. So right now they're doing Mariah Carey, right? That's who they're focusing on for these episodes coming up. And it's like, okay, so it's sort of like reality TV-ish, but no, because it's a documentary. And so it's a documentary talking about Mariah Carey, but kind of in a gossipy kind of way, but it's super serious. So I don't know how to explain that.
Serious about Mariah Carey? It's not like Glitter, is it?
No, dude, it's like the whole story. It's like a documentary. Like right now,
about her.
Like they were talking about interesting. Like when she was like, I mean, they're going back, like when she was in kindergarten and all this kind of like they're going back. But anyway, so they're going to tell the story of Mariah Carey, but it's with an element of gossip and talking about, anyway, it's really great and really well done. So high audio quality, wonderful storytelling. They're super awesome. So I just got all sucked into listening to the story about Mariah Carey because I don't really know we kind of grew up together, Mariah Carey and I, meaning not that I knew her. I'm just saying.
I was like, did you though?
No.
I'm not sure about that.
Aren't we peers? How old is she anyway? How old is Mariah Carey?
Mariah.
Let's see how Mariah
is
Carey.
Exactly
old. Let me see.
Age.
Mariah is.
Do not reveal it because that's
it's not Mariah. 1970. So she's like a little older. She's like a couple years older than I am. That's what I'm saying.
2 years older. She's 51, 52.
Yeah. So it's like we're peers. We would have gone to high school together. Like she would have been a senior. I would have been a sophomore. True. So I feel like I've watched her grow and, so that's what I'm saying, that we kind of grew up together. So it's neat to go back. And at that time, she was just too cool for me to hang out with when she was a senior and I was a sophomore. So this is a great thing for us to do. That said, there's going to be a link in the show notes for you all to check out this specific show, which I promise you're going to love. Even the Rich, that's what it's called. And you can subscribe to it for sure in Amazon Music, which is a lovely listening experience, as well as, Apple Podcast and all of that, all the things like that. And anyway, anything else you would like to add, Jessica?
No, I think you covered it perfectly. I think I'm excited that they're promoting this show because I think it's really interesting. I think Wondery has very cool shows.
They have very cool shows, and this is a really neato take on all of this stuff. And by the way, just in case you have not gotten your podcast in Amazon Music, you really need to go over to podcasters.amazon.com, and you will get all of the information that you need to submit your show. Just make sure you're in there. You need to be there. The end.
Mm-hmm. The end.
The end. And see.
The end.
Is that where all the cool people are putting their podcast?
Oh my God. No, it's not. Okay. So what do we have to talk about? Oh, well, see, now staying on that conversation around what we were doing, why don't we give a talk about She Podcast Live? Because we were awfully talking very deeply about pajamas. And most people are going, why are you talking about pajamas when this is a show about podcasting? So can we enlighten them a little bit about why pajamas are such a huge conversation right now for podcasting, particularly for She Podcasts?
Yes. So the Friday night presentation at She Podcast Live is going to be slumber party themed. So wear your pajamas and your slippers. And we're going to have a presentation by a show called Sleepover Cinema. Sleepover Cinema is in the network of Evergreen Podcasts, and they are going to be covering Hocus Pocus for the Halloween, not theme, but it's getting close to Halloween by the time we'll have our event. So they're going to cover Hocus, but basically Sleepover Cinema talks about the movies that we used to watch at slumber parties. So they're going to be covering that. And then after that, we're going to have, I don't want to say ghost stories, but scary stories with the podcast Fruit Loops, which is an Arizona based podcast that talks about serial killers of color. So we're going to have sleepover snacks, sleepover, pillows and blankies, I think, or maybe some beanbag chairs. And we're going to have our pajamas on. It's going to be really fun, safely spaced, of course. But yeah, it's going to be really fun. I'm super excited. So you got to wear your best jams. Also, I just wanted to have one party where I didn't have to wear fancy footwear. So I remember last time at the event, we were like, why aren't we just wearing slippers? I think I'm going to have a slippers only policy. Well, I can't do that because I don't want to tell everybody else what to do, but I can have a slippers only pajama night, and that's what we're going for. So should be really fun. Also, you should know that tickets are getting close to selling out, but you can still buy virtual if you want. And we are still working on a virtual option that's going to be interactive. First of all, our app and Whova is always very, very interactive. So if you just want to network with other podcasters in a fun environment, that is the way to do it. But also, we'd still love to see you there. And we're going to have everyone either upload or show proof of vaccination when they register, or a negative COVID test, proof that they've had a negative COVID test in the last 72 hours, or we will have rapid COVID tests there. If you forget or don't have both of those things, you can just take a 15-minute test, show us, that you're healthy and you're not contagious. And then, and then everyone will hopefully feel a little safer knowing that everyone that we're interacting with is, safely, like I said, either vaccinated or, or tested right then. Somebody has asked me if I would test everyone as they come through the door. And I don't know what to say about that, because it's a 15-minute test. And if I have 10 people in line, I just don't know where everyone would go and keep track of their, if you've never taken a rapid test before that you get at the CVS or Walgreens, there's some learning, there's some learning curve there as to how you got to stick it up your own nose. And it would take a very long time. So maybe we could give a rapid test away with the hotel room key. That could be an idea. I just have them come down with it. I don't know. I'll talk to Jen about it. It's not a terrible idea, but listen, you should also remember that if you're vaccinated, yes, you can be contagious for a short amount of time if you have, if someone around you has gotten COVID, but the chances of that are very, very low. And the reason I know this is because the whole reason we're doing this event and aren't able to, postpone it is because there are no travel bans within the US. And the reason why is because they consider it to be relatively safe to travel. So I've done it twice. I've been to 2 different conferences. I just came home from Dragon Con, which was 20,000 people in Atlanta, Georgia. Every single person was wearing a mask. They wouldn't let you in the building without. I wish I could say that we could definitely do that in Scottsdale, but I don't know for sure. But if we can do it, we will do it. In Arizona is a little bit trickier as far as mask mandates, but that doesn't mean we don't strongly suggest and prefer that you wear one while indoors. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. So the only other thing I was going to say is, we want it to be safe. We want it to be fun, but we also want to see you. And I will say that there's something special about, I've always said this, right? But there is something special about being in person with someone that uplifts you and inspires you and makes you feel less alone. And regardless of who you spent the quarantine with, we all really, really need that. And if you can do it in a safe way, we'd love for you to do it with us. So go to shepodcast.com/register, buy your tickets. See us in Arizona. We're also going to be very shortly announcing scholarship applications. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that.
So what happened to shepodcast.com/live? Is that not a thing?
It is a thing.
Okay. Why did you say shepodcast.com/register?
Because that's where you buy tickets.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Shepodcast.com/register.
The tickets. Yeah, I mean, you can
Shortcut
go
to
to
the
you
ticket.
can go to live, but registers right to the ticket. Right to the tickets.
Right to the tickets. We should do like everybody that happens to not be there live for the pajama party needs to obviously be wearing PJs at home
Mhm.
and experiencing at least
Agree.
through time and space. Just put your pajamas on.
We are
and,
looking into live
and do a
streaming
little
options for the
do a
main
little ritual for
stage.
yourself.
We might be able to do live stream from the main stage. If that's the case, then yes, please wear your pajamas and join us. We're just finalizing the details about it. It's kind of complicated, as
Yes,
you can imagine.
all the
So,
time, all the
mhm.
crazies. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh my
but we're
God.
trying.
Oh my God. Do we have any specific? Oh, dude. So the Latino podcast listener report, you all need to do that. This is
Yes.
happening this week.
Yes.
It is, I believe it's on the 16th of September, which is Thursday at 2
Mhm.
p.m. So you'll be getting this show after this event has happened, but there will be a link in the show notes where you could still not sign up really, but I'm gonna update the link in the show notes so that you get the report itself
Mhm.
and you get the information that was released. And I had an opportunity so I'm going to be co-hosting that. I will be co-hosting the Latino podcaster, and it's actually Latino podcaster non-listener report because they are focusing on non-listeners for this event. And it is mind-blowing, Jess. Some of the conversations that really stemmed from interviewing, because here's the thing, they had the data, so they had a survey. Edison had a survey on all of this information, but they also had interviews. So Gabe, who is essentially the lead that conducted a lot of the research, had interviews, one-on-one interviews with people who said were Latino. So these are Latino people who live in the United States and are either Spanish only speakers, both bilingual or English speakers only, or they are newly like first generation or immigrants or second or third generation, like all of that stuff. But they're all self-identified as US Latino. So they're living in the United States. And so the folks that he had an interview with were all people who said they are non-listeners to podcasts.
Mhm.
And they went down the rabbit hole of asking, like, do you know what a podcast is? Right.
Mhm.
And why don't you listen to podcast? And so some of the interviews are them telling you what a podcast is, which is so amazing. Y'all need to show up. And then there's stuff where they made them listen. So they made them listen to a podcast and they listened to it and then they responded. Then they just said like, oh, I didn't know that was a podcast. And so they had live feedback on tape about what they thought a podcast was
Wow.
and what it wasn't. It is
Oh,
eye-opening
I'll bet.
because even though it's a very specific demographic, I really don't think that that the majority of the information that you heard is applicable to about 90% of non-listeners. There is the 10% that is for sure very much about people who sound like me, people who speak Spanish or bilingual stuff or language or, something very specific to country and all of that stuff, which, duh. But it's a Latino podcaster listener report. But other than that, though, the rest of the information is all, I guarantee you, the majority of folks are going to be going, oh, I had
Yeah.
no idea. And then so it'll make you open your
So
eyes and kind of
interesting.
stop. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait. We had a really great time talking about this. So I'm super
Yay.
excited. Yay.
Super awesome. Let's see. Is there anything else?
Yay. So yes, that's it. And
Oh,
also
yeah.
I was featured in a magazine, Jess. Have you seen my feature?
Yes,
on this magazine?
Hispanic living.
Did you see my picture in
I
there?
saw, didn't I? You show us. Show us your picture
It's
again.
on the thing. It's on our show notes. It should be in there. Let me see.
You're going on. Is this 3:30 or 3:29? Because I introduced it as 3:30. Oh, there you are. Oh my God!
See, look at that.
Number 5.
I'm
So cool. Look
It
at
is
you,
very
all you
cool.
hotties. Wow.
It is really great. So if you find it, this is what
Gorgeous
I've been
women.
looking for though, Jess. I don't even know, like, if somebody finds Hispanic living
Like
in
out
real
and
life
about?
somewhere, take a picture. It
Okay.
has America Ferrera on the cover. Take a picture of it because I want to, that's kind of fun. I think that's when you see it out in the world where it's not in your face and it
Totes.
lives not in the internet. I think that's awesome. So I'm very excited.
Totally.
Thank you, Jaleka Antigua Williams,
Yay.
for all the feature and for like really helping all of us out get seen and heard in this way. So yay.
Yay.
Yay. Oh my God.
All right. I think that's it today. We've
Okay.
totally tucked your ear off. It's time for us to slay. All right.
It's time.
I don't know why I said that. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening to Lady of Business Radio. No, Podcast. Why do I do that? Thank you so much for listening to She Podcasts. If you want to find us on social, you are welcome to do so. Elsie will not bother you, I promise. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at She Podcast. You can also email us feedback at shepodcast.com. And you can find all the links to the stuff we talked about today on our show notes, which is at shepodcasts.com. Thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Mean it.
Bye.
When Steven was here, I completely forgot that, but it would have been so awkward to have Steven here and then I'd go, love you. And then have him go, mean it. That would have been so awkward.
You would have done it now. That's hilarious. All right, let me push stop.
All right, let's hit stop.
All right, save. Yes, that would have been amazing.
I completely forgot.
We did it with Sky, and she was like, "Oh."
Yeah, but then Sky's a little bit, it's not so.
She at least
awkward.
heard the show before.
Yes,
yeah, that's true.
She knows.
What number is this? 3:30, right?
3:30.
Yeah, 3:30. Oh, I think I put 3:29, John. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm gonna stop.
All righty. Wow, that was something else.
Indeed. Indeedly do. All right.
The great pajama. What is it? The great pajama.
The great pajama debate.
This is great. I'm going to send it over to Elise. Right.
It basically had nothing to do about pajamas.
I mean, not really.
No.
Right. Doesn't.
No. Elsie had something stuck in her mind. Someone told her no, and she was like, "Oh yeah, well, I say yeah."
I know. It's like at first I was like, okay, I won't. And then at the more days passed on, the more I was like, I'm just going to buy these pajamas.
And the thing about Holly is she pulls no punches when she says something. So then when you said, "Is this okay?" and she said, "Yes." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "For a 6-year-old."
You guys didn't, you guys all were like, "What?" And you didn't let me finish. It's like I had
knew it was coming.
You said no. She did. Like you would have gone. I should have just left it at that.
Listen,
I should have just
said.
Did
you live on Etsy at all?
Dude, listen. I'm trying to find like dresses and shoes and undergarments.
Look
and
on Etsy.
Like all of the things at once that I'm trying to come up with.
Let Holly help you.
No, dude.
Why?
I already sent her because she said, "Let me know if you need any extra help." It seems like you have it figured out. Yeah,
but she'll help you if you don't.
Well, I do. The point is that I need to go search for this because I'm the only one that can show that I like these things. Like I'm already,
I gotta be
actually,
honest,
I sent her a PDF. I sent her a PDF with
all
all
the
my
PDF.
outfits.
I was right next to her when she got it.
Did you see that? She was like, "You did all the homework." She's like, "You sent me a report."
A bunch of pictures of stuff you already have.
Right, because I'm not going to go be buying. Like, that's what I wanted to see if I could reuse some of that stuff.
No, not from
Why not?
Nobody has seen it. Nothing that you wore in 2019 because we have pictures of you in all of it already.
Nothing that I wore in 2019. The pictures I showed her were from like 2014, 2012, 2018.
Maybe. Not the one from the Academy though.
No, I don't even know where that dress is.
All right, you're yelling at me.
Yeah, I know because I'm telling you, I went all the way back. I'm not going to wear stuff that I wore in 2019 to our own event.
Yeah, all right.
That's dumb.
All right.
This might come to blows.
Ridiculous, truly.
Listen,
Truly ridiculous.
I
Yes?
found, yeah, it's like I found, some stuff.
Okay, look on ASOS. Look
I've
on.
already looked on ASOS.
All right,
Okay.
I'm going to end. I forgot to end the broadcast, but
Oh
I'm
my
going to end it right
I
now.
God.
think
Are we
these
still
people are
live?
like still looking and they're
All right.
like,
Bye,
Sure.
guys.
you want to wait? Hold.
What?
Oh, I mean, you can make us not go live, but I want to show you my thing that
Patrick.
I already have figured out so that you could see where I'm going with this.
All right.
All right,
Yes.
are you going to
Okay.
share your screen? Here we go.
Yeah,
See
I'm
my
gonna-
thing?
do it.
These
That's
are only
fine.
pajamas.
Let me
These are
see
the
them
only.
closer. They're thermal. It's gonna be fucking out in Arizona.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen.
Does that
They're
have
I don't
thermal.
understand how you don't understand. It's sort of like I have to be an air conditioner.
I know, but Elsie,
Okay.
they're thermal. If you go outside for any kind of fresh air, you're gonna die in the
Isn't it
heat.
night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the temperature should go down to like 87.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are some of my ideas. See, I'm putting everything in one thing.
All right,
Isn't that so
okay.
cute? See all that
Yes.
stuff? See?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
love this little Pinterest board that you got going on there.
I know. I love it too. It's by WeTransfer, by the way, John. In case you want to collect things.
Oh,
Love it.
what?
That's how they're
WeTransfer.
making their money. I had no idea that
What are you talking
transfer
about?
did that. So WeTransfer has a service called Collect, and they
Ah.
also have another service called Paste. And so Collect is like Pinterest, but just for you, kind of like it's
Mhm.
not, And then Paste is like a real easy. It's how I created the
It's a
PDF
Google
that I sent to
Play
Holly.
app. It's an
It's
app.
It's a little, it's both an app, it's an online service, and it's also an app. And it's really cool because you can really easily just send stuff over there and you can add people if you want. But I'm doing it just for myself. But
Is
anyway.
it an iOS app as well?
I have it on my iPad. So that's how
Oh
I've been
my
grabbing all the things that I love. I just grab it and put it on Paste. And it's so nice because I can see my things.
Yeah.
And
I
then
need that.
it's so cool.
The thing that cracks me up is you two, and why I think this works so well is you two are so opposite. Like, in other words, Elsie sends me her files through WeTransfer.
Mhm.
Yes, has to upload it to a Google Drive folder that can have a hard time finding.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and if I was going to try to tell Jess that say, hey, listen, just WeTransfer me the files, that would be a no. And the same way, if I told Elsie to put the files into the folder with Jess, that would be a no.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just get the files and just edit.
You are good. Or unless, see, this is the other thing. If we had somebody come in and say, like, this is the only way,
That wouldn't work with you guys.
and you establish it,
No.
then it's done.
Mm.
Because,
Yeah.
you know,
How long have I been doing this with you
well,
guys?
that's the problem. You started with us without being the boss, meaning, you know what I mean? Like now
I know.
you make us record, but you are,
No, I get it.
you know what I mean?
Yes. But it's just funny that you guys are so opposite in the way you do everything.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's true.
I don't, yes. It's too much. Google Drive is so annoying to me.
And
Is it?
well, that is true, but a lot of people use it. And the problem is that
I mean,
when
I still use it all the time.
the problem with me is that people send me files. Now I'm in their thing.
Yeah.
So then it
That's
fills up mine, and I'm like, hey, can I get out of this? Can you just make I just want like a pickup, like a kid's pickup
Yep.
folder where you drop the files in, I come in, I pick them up, I do what my business, I come back, I drop you something off.
Mhm.
I don't need to have all 98 episodes of your podcast taking up space in my Google Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
It
It's
is a
tough
pain
to
in
do.
the ass. That's one of the reasons I don't really like Dropbox either. I mean, because, well, Dropbox gives you an option of downloading it or adding it to your Dropbox,
Right.
which is fine. But I liked WeTransfer because it's gone. It's like, bye-bye.
Yeah, see ya. And it
Yeah.
also gives you it gives you a little email when the other person picks it up. Like when you
Mhm.
download it, I
Yeah.
get a little email. It tells me you downloaded it, so then I know.
But I super love the like the services from WeTransfer, Paste,
That's what I did.
Collect, and then WePresent. Like all of those are super awesome. I love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then so that's how I sent that PDF to Holly.
Golly, it was cool.
Was with the Paste, and I didn't think about it. I literally just like put the stuff on there and wrote really fast. Like it's not like I spent any time doing it. So,
No,
and
well,
it
that's
came out
good.
really cute.
It's
Anyway,
fun to
Yeah.
follow Holly
what
right
is
now.
the topic? Who's mom? Dude, we're
Holly
done.
and Nolan from Fashion Crimes are at New York Fashion Week, and it's fun to follow them now because they're all dressed to the nines and they're all going here and there and everywhere.
Mhm.
So they're having a blast. This is like their
This is
NBA
like
playoffs, their March Madness, all
Yep.
that stuff.
It's like their Apple event.
Yes.
Right.
It's like their fall Apple event, which is tomorrow, and I can't wait to see what phone I'm going to be getting because it's
Yay.
time.
Is it time? What phone do you have?
The 8. It's 4 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I getting that for you?
No, dude,
I have an 11.
I gotta get it.
So I'm excited. The 11's fine. I might be going back to getting an
I
iPad
like the
again.
12. I have the 12 and I have an iPad and I love it.
I love my iPad. It's how I shot the videos today, Jess.
Really?
I put the iPad outside because my eyes are too small for me to be like this.
I know. It's true.
Like I can't see myself on the phone. So I'm like, here's a big screen. I think I'm in frame. So I was able to do that. And that's how I did it.
All right. Well, tell everybody goodbye.
Hey, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for showing